Ja Morant is about to change everything, as we will go deep into Thomas Iisalo's philosophy compared to Taylor Jenkins' philosophy and why Ja Morant is about to tear up the league like we've never seen him do before. And these are Ja Morant's words. He said after that Game 3 where he had that horrible injury going down thanks to Lou Dort from the Oklahoma City Thunder, he said in a pretty confident fashion where he said, well, I think we're going to turn this thing around if I don't get injured. And Grizzlies Nation, they were feeling it. I mean, they were up big. They were up by almost 30 in that game. Now Ja Morant feeling like he's going to get more reps in with Thomas Iisalo, and he's going to tear up the league, and we'll explain why. But before we do that, just want to introduce myself. My name is Jared Alatorre, bringing you the latest news for Grizzlies Digest. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Before we start a video, just want to remind you that 13% of you are subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much to those who are doing that. Y'all been doing a great job. We just hit the 1K subscriber threshold a couple weeks ago. 87% of you are watching these videos, but you're just not subscribed for whatever reason. I understand it's a big commitment to want to subscribe to a channel, but of course it's free and it's easy, and it's right there down below to not miss any Grizzlies news. So going into the video, Ja Morant showed glimpses of his all-NBA self after Thomas Iisalo was promoted. This is an article from the Bill Street Bears, from Parrish Sharkey, and they all do such a great job there. Maxwell Ogden as well at the Bill Street Bears Grizzlies fan-sided page. Taylor Jenkins' firing happened with 9 games remaining as Morant missed the final 6 games when he coached a team through a hamstring injury after not looking like the All-NBA version of himself for much of the season due to a mix of the new system and various injuries. Ja Morant averaged 28.4 points on 48% shooting in his last 7 games to end the regular season. So this is obviously a huge number to shoot 48%. And his philosophy, I want to say Ja's game kind of changed too. Now, it feels like we're only seeing a portion of what Thomas Iisalo can actually do, because he only coached in a handful of games to where we can't really judge exactly what happened. And then you had Morant go down and then the season end and so on and so forth and what have you. But Ja Morant, I mean, look at these numbers. I mean, 28.4 points. 48% shooting. I mean, that to me is showing why he is going to expand as a shooter. Not to say that he hasn't been a shooter already. Of course, I know he's been a shooter. But his game now is, I think, should be a lot different from what he did in 2022 and 2023. And I said this to many people. I said, Ja Morant, you have to be extremely careful. He's flying high and doing all these crazy things, these reverse jams, and going down hard while doing it. And I go, if he keeps doing this, he's not going to have much of a career left. So he's got to expand his shooting, more confident with your shooting. And I think he could become, along with his amazing dribble drive skills and flashy plays, he can become a consistent all-star. He can become an all-NBA guy consistently. And I think that it's really in the hands of Thomas Iisalo. And I think he's doing a very good job of showing that right now. And that's the title of the article, why Grizzlies fans have every reason to be hyped about Ja Morant right now. And how Thomas Iisalo's offense is pretty much made for Ja Morant. And for Taylor Jenkins, I thought he did a great job developing the guys like Morant and Bane and Clark and Jaren Jackson Jr. Even guys that aren't here anymore, like Xavier Tillman kind of made a name for himself. Kyle Anderson whenever he was here. But, those times have passed now. Now you got Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr., the undisputed leaders of what should be the long term. And it's great that we have Jaren Jackson Jr.'s contract now, because you got Ja as the face of the city. And now you got Jaren Jackson Jr. on that contract. So more into the article here. This is the Ja Morant the team expects to see more of as Thomas Iisalo continues to implement his pick-and-roll heavy offense that depends on excellent point guard play. The addition of Ty Jerome and the Ja Morant and Scottie Pippen Jr. primary ball handler rotation showed the team will be reliant on creation from the backcourt. Unfortunately, an ankle injury in the team's first play-in against the Golden State Warriors, followed by a hip injury in Game 3 of their first-round series loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder, slowed Morant's end-of-season progress. However, the glimpses he showed in Iisalo's makeshift system set the stage for what could look like a fully implemented system next season. Now, we're talking about Ja Morant and what could be an incredible rotation of Ty Jerome and Scottie Pippen Jr., and I think Morant's going to have the help he needs. And look at Scottie Pippen Jr., how much he has rise to the top. And look at Cam Spencer. Look at what G.G. Jackson's been doing in Summer League. And honestly, this is a great mix. I think Ja is around a great mix of young guys, but also guys who are kind of reaching their prime right now. Like Ty Jerome, I'd say he arguably had his best season last year. Now you're getting Ty, and you're going to see what his shooting is like. So you multiply that by what Ja Morant could do under the Iisalo system. I think this could really be a match made in heaven for both Morant and Thomas. But one more concern of why that this project doesn't work. And it has really nothing to do with anybody else except for injuries. Now, let's see if you can actually see that, but you name it. Back injuries, ankle injuries, foot injuries, shoulder injuries, illnesses. And of course, there have been suspensions from personal reasons here and there. There have been fines, of course, and it doesn't really have anything to do with this, but Ja Morant, like I said at the beginning of this video, he's got to be careful. He's got to change up his game. I'm going to take a piece from the Buffalo Bills, for example, Josh Allen. You're not going to see Josh Allen flying high and hurdling defenders and running around and throwing the football across his body on the other side of the field. You're not going to see him do much of that anymore. Even though he's around 28, he shouldn't be really doing that anymore. And even though Ja Morant is still young himself, you want him to have a valuable career. And this is not the way that it's going to happen. I mean, when you rack up injury after injury after injury after injury, it's just not going to happen. And it doesn't matter who your coach. It doesn't matter if it's Taylor Jenkins. It doesn't matter if it's Thomas Iisalo. It doesn't matter if it's Tom Thibodeau or Charles Lee or anything like that. You have to have Morant stay healthy. That's really the only way that this can work. Can he stay healthy? Can Jackson Jr. stay healthy? We got to make it work somehow. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Grizzlies Digest. Leave a comment down below your reaction. Can Ja Morant stay healthy? What's the key for him to explode under Thomas Iisalo's philosophy? Leave your comments on that. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, as well, please subscribe to the channel. It's free. It takes less than a second. This is your home for everything Grizzlies related, whether it's news, rumors, injuries, updates, game breakdowns, highlights, so much more. Your home, your space for Grizzlies content. Thank you so much for watching the video. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.